Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another Final Fantasy Revex's video, and a video that I didn't want to make, but it has to be said since I do cover the CN version. So the CN version is going to be shut down in April, and this is after Tifa came out, after Aerith came out, and we never got to see Sephiroth. But he probably wasn't going to get buffed anyways because Tifa and Aerith didn't get buffed. So that's why there hasn't been any videos lately for buffs of the week, because there hasn't been any. And they just released Clash of Wills. They didn't release a shop for it, but they did have Clash of Wills on the CN version for you guys to, if you guys didn't know. Yeah, they did port in Clash of Wills. It was the exact same, but the CN version is closing down because of, well, I don't think I for my translator, it doesn't look like they give an actual reason. But they do say, basically, the game's going to shut down unless something changes with the laws or something like that. So, what it details down here is basically some kind of packages that I really hope they're not considering that you buy these. It did mention a currency. Hopefully they're not saying that you can buy these packages, because why would you buy a package for a game that's going to be shut down? Technically, you can still play until April. Basically, they're going to be cutting off membership or people that make new accounts by March, and you can still play until April. But it doesn't make sense to even spend money on this game if the game is shutting down. It looks like there's going to be some kind of event and things like that. And yep, the game is definitely shutting down, guys. The game is definitely shutting down. I think the music got too loud. Anyways, well, it's gonna be really sad that I can't cover this game anymore. It's gonna get really sad to not see all the exciting buffs that come out of this game, whereas they should have been in the global game to start with, and they never came. A lot of buffs that should have happened probably will never ever happen, because global doesn't like to buff anything anymore. Global doesn't really like to make anything exciting anymore. It's either huge banners over and over again with huge prices, premiums all over the place, collabs all over the place, and there's almost no content. At least on the CN version there were some interesting buffs and things like that, but I guess we're not going to be seeing that anymore. Really sucks. It really sucks. There's going to be no more anything, and it's just like the CN laws are just becoming. This is not proven or anything, but I feel like the CN laws are just becoming way too strong and too hard to manage a game in a region where gaming is looked down upon and harder to manage and things like that. So what I would have thought that they might have done is they just take their game out of the China region, just like how I think Genshin did. They ported themselves out of China, I believe, so then they could continue to do the things that they were doing, I believe. But what they could have done is they could have just gotten themselves out of China, however they can do that, and still leave the servers up, but have it still be the Chinese version, because they could still do that. I guess that was just too much effort, or they felt like it was not worth it to do that, I suppose. So in the end, rip CN version. You brought many happiness to everybody, excited about seeing buffs and things like that, and all the interesting CN exclusive units like Sadia and also Hurley. And it looks like we're not going to be seeing any more of those because the game is down. Hopefully maybe they'll port those units over to the global version. That'd be interesting. They just have to be slightly buffed, of course, because Hurley at this point would like to see some small buffs here and there, but and those 5-star units would have been nice to see as well over to the global version. They're technically assets, they could use them. So maybe someday we'll see those CN exclusive units over to the global version. That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting to see, at least. So on a high note, the CN version was definitely the best version out of all three. Definitely because that they took the care to buff units and when they needed buffs. Sometimes, yes, they buffed units I didn't really need them, but it was still interesting to see. And maybe they'll come back someday, I don't know. But that's it, guys. There'll be no more CN videos on my channel unless something happens and they come back. Or I don't know what else to say. I'm really sad when I woke up this morning and I saw this. So thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you, and hope to see you in the next video. Peace.